Seeker wasn't lying about the burned-down bridge.
Which way? North by the mountains or south through the lowlands?
Let's pick one and see where it takes us.
I'd like to see the Highlands again one day. These mountains aren't they bad, but I'm no Ben Nevis.
Yours is a hill compared to Pico Torquino. My mountain is bigger than yours.
Aye, but my island is bigger than yours. Call it a draw, shall we?
The spot has to be close.
Brought more friends. Try this on for size. Mines. The mountains must be rich in ore. Looks a bit rickety.
Let's build for a team. One man alone should be fine. Should be.
Won't budge.
A tangle of rope work blocks it up. startled by a wisp in Akashus.
Never gonna let me live that one down, are you?
Not a pleasant way to die.
Was a pleasant way to die, is it?
Almost there. The lift should be freed now.
These beams look fragile. Will they hold?
Would you rather climb?
If it were up to me, I wouldn't be here to begin with.
Can he beat the snow? My sisters and I used to have snowball fights all the time. Of course, they always had to win. What about you?
I once went to Cambridge with my mentor, Nicolas Petiot de Dillier, to visit his friend Isaac. Now, Mr. Newton is a great scientist, but he and Nicolas did drone on. Looking out the window, I saw white. I went into the courtyard. Snowflakes drifted slowly down. I'd like to say I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I danced in the snow in the courtyard at Cambridge University. I think we've hit a nerve.
Bastard! Did you hear that?
Yes, nearby. I'm right here, you know.
Oh, shite. Watch it. That harvester switched forward.
Physical to spectral.
Hey! Get back here now!
Move it! Move, Red!
A harvester. And how many other species of scourge New Eden has in store?
Perish the thought.
Reveal yourself!
Did we miss a few? They never learn, do they? It's coming for you! standing by.
Something's concealed.
You did well back there. I might have to increase your pay.
Had your doubts, did you?
Don't get cocky. There's always more to learn. Key thing about a scourge?
A scourge is made of many spectres merged.
Not always. A harvester, for example, is a scourge born of a single spectre. A scourge will always seek a new physical body, often made of different materials. Very poor. Perhaps you'd prefer an easier question? On the nature of a ghost, perhaps?
Ghosts leech the essence from those they haunt, sometimes by asking irritating questions.
That's right. And sometimes the living backchat.
Do you hear that?
Over here.
Oh, Vardy!
Did you see that?
Let's follow it. I'm right here, you know. I can help. Up there. This could be a good spot to cross.
If you want to stop for a wee minute, this place will do.
Whoa there!
Wait!
Why leave me like this?
here you are.
Good day. My name is Rebecca Hardgrave. How may I help you?
Are you the one who's attracting the wolves?
Wolves? What wolves? Who are you exactly?
I'm Antea Duarte. This is Red McWraith. We're Banishers. Do you know what that means?
Banishers? That means... you can speak to the living on behalf of the dead.
That's part of it, yes. Why, do you have someone in mind?
Ferdinando Miller. My Fardy. Death parted us, but my love is strong. I came back for him. I love him so. But not once has he come to see me. I must know why.
There's no delicate way to ask this, I'm afraid. How did you die?
We left civilization in New Eden Town for the cold desert of Fort Jericho. The path was steep and rough, and we were greatly burdened. It was hell, but we walked through it together. As we walked, I fell into a daze. I remember little after that. A pain that grew, a great, uncontrollable tremor. Fatigue, a deathly fatigue. Fardy was at my side as ever. He held my hand, bade me sleep. When I opened my eyes, I was here, alone.
New Eden's a big place. Where can we find him?
We were on our way to Fort Jericho. We were to open a store together. It was to be a new beginning for us both. Together. Yet he's there, alone.
If you know where he is, why not just go there?
I've tried. At first I was able to visit him. In the quiet, as he slept, I'd watch over him. But now, something hinders me. I cannot reach him. I must know that he is well.
We have to go now.
Find him, please.
Ask for help if you need it. Hogging all the fun. What are you thinking?
It's more of a feeling. Something's wrong.
Your senses are sharpening. She certainly didn't tell us everything. A peaceful place, in different times.
Before the nightmare's influence, you mean?
Let's reach the fort, and a fire, and warm you up.
Something's nearby.
Where is it? Trouble ahead. Spectres are attacking the fort.
Need no ground! Hold fire! That fellow's not dead!
Standing by.
Shepherd, I said hold your fire!
Die, you bastards!
You're in its sights, Red.
Hold there! None in, none out. Not living nor dead.
Name's Red McCraith. I'm obviously a banisher. Open the door there. I've business within.
Your business is, if you'll excuse my articulating the evident, not my business. I have my orders. You can't come in.
I hear you, friend. What's your name?
Name's Andrew White, and you seem a pleasant fellow. I like a Scot, me, but standing here, I'm on duty. And when I'm on duty, I'm not your friend. Listen, mate, folk in here have problems enough, and I can't be disobeying orders. Either priests or Pennington would have my guts, and I fancy neither.
Bennington knows me. He'll know I can help.
I'm sure he does. But put one dead man down, and 3 come back next day. Round here, sweet victory fast turns bitter. Bottom line is, the captain is indisposed, and I'll not add your complications to the pile. Now, you want to lend a hand? Mrs. Priest and her party are overdue. You can't miss the outpost, it looks out across the valley. If you could find her, make sure she doesn't die, you'd surely gain her favor. And favor, as they say, opens doors.
Get in a fight and find your boss and dig her out of whatever hole she's in. All right. I can do that.
They have Spectre troubles. Let's first clear the nearby nest to relieve the fort, then deal with the missing.
How holds the fort?
How holds the fort? Precariously, that's how. Our strength dwindles, and we'll soon run out of powder. Priest took Williams and that other fella, and off they went, scavenging for supplies. They've not yet returned.
It's dangerous out there. The scavenger may easily become the carrion.
Right. I'll likely be back.
Find our friends, Banisher. Or put them to rest.
I'll try. As soon as I take care of the Spectre's nest, I'll go looking for the outpost.
Death knocks at their gates. No wonder they won't open.
They don't have a choice. Another attack may overrun them.
Come
The
on,
nest might be
bastard.
near. There's a trail to follow in the snow. More coming.
Come and get your breakfast, boys. Ending spectres. The fort will run out of powder.
These pests don't spring from nowhere.
Reinforcements!
Heads up! Fill in the hole. Bury them all.
I should buy the fort a little time.
Let's hope it's not too late for the famous Mrs. Priest.
Stuck.
Looks like you're walking.
Looks like.
I wonder how many there are in the fort.
Fewer by the day, I'll wager. Still, better to be inside than out.
Let's get back up.
Is awash with specters.
Did the foraging party really come this way?
That would explain why they haven't returned.
Did you feel that?
It's close.
Help us, please. We have a survivor. Come.
This one's not been dead long.
Let's hope he stays that way.
Reinforcements.
Get the hell out of there!
I've someone. Hurry! She's being overrun! Come on!
Efficient cannon powder.
Go back to the hole from when... My boat is shot!
Behind you!
Dodge it if you can. Watch out. Spectre possession.
Die, you bastard!
I'm fine. Stop fussing.
Efficient cannon powder.
A timely arrival. You'll be Haskell's Banishers. Thank you. Thank you both.
You can see me.
Clear as day, just as I can see. This is my husband. I am Helen Priest.
Antea Duarte. This is my partner, Red McGrath.
It is rare that the living can see the lingering dead.
All I know is one day I woke after 7 long years of grief, and my Sebastian was back. It was as if my prayers had at last been answered. That was enough for me.
In times of danger, I am duty-bound to protect the woman I love. You understand?
Seven years. Why come back now?
It did not feel like 7 years. Suddenly, I felt her pain calling to me.
Divine intervention or otherwise, all that matters is that my dear Sebastian is back. Now, when I need him most.
Andrew White sent us. He thought you might be in trouble. Plainly, you needed your guardian angel.
We needed more than one. Thanks to you, we'll resupply the camp. Matthews and Williams did not die in vain.
This was a risky expedition. But Helen had no choice. If the survivors were to rely on Pennington alone, the fort would have already fallen.
I suspect that's so. Sometimes difficult choices must be made. That's courage.
All the courage in the world will be worthless if those in command won't match it.
Pennington did this while monsters relentless besieged the fort. But make no mistake, these men's deaths are on the captain's conscience. If he has one.
How so?
7 years ago, a plague came to New Eden. Pennington quarantined the sick in the mines, walled them up. They were dark times. Hard times. None knew what the morrow would bring. We all lost much. Too much. As second in command, Sebastian volunteered to stay. Walled in with the others, he held out the longest. He died a hero. And now the Forsaken are rising. They demand revenge.
Who would blame them? I watched them die. Soldiers and miners, sick and hungry, begging for help they knew would never come.
Captain Pennington has much blood on his hands.
Pennington can't have taken his decision lightly. It must have been hard on all involved.
Is it harder, to your mind, to send someone to their death than it is to do the dying?
We should get back to the fort. We will escort you.
I'm afraid I locked us in when I broke the latch.
If there's a way out, we'll find it.
Lock looks broken. I doubt that gate will ever open again.
Shall we?
Impressive. You Banishers are quite something.
That's all her.
A Banisher marched with my father's infantry. Good for morale, he said.
Soldiers usually carry their ghosts with them. War is good for our business.
I take it that's how you met. I know a soldier when I see him fight.
I never worked for the army, but something like that.
We'll come back for you, my friend.
My sympathies.
For 2 miserable powder boxes. How low has Pennington brought us?
If you didn't like him, why did you follow him?
I followed his reputation, but he's no longer the same man.
What would you do in his place?
I'm doing it. He sits behind his walls waiting for them to fall, and I'm out here fighting to live. We're fighting for our lives. The captain is in the way.
These internal conflicts are a risk for the stability of the fort.
A necessary risk for the survival of all. But I agree. This must end. You may leave the crates. I'll send someone back for them.
Yeah, the path should be quiet. We cleared the area of the Spectre's nest.
Well, that's a relief. Follow me. White! Open the gates!
Priest! What are you lot waiting for? Open the gates!
Go talk to Pennington. Make him understand, if you can.
Where can I find him?
He hides in his office. You'll find him there.
Good to see you living, sir. Where are the others? Keep it short. I'm on duty. And the other chap?
Matthews. We were ambushed. They fell.
May God have mercy on their souls.
There's ammo in the elevator. Send Shepard and Abbott to bring it back.
Captain Pennington.
No time, no way out. No hope, no way in. No time at all.
Captain Pennington, sir.
Mr. MacWraith, you live.
There's work to be done.
Work? You had work. A mission. To bring one last glimmer of hope. To gladden our hearts before the pit takes us all.
You secretive bastards haven't helped.
The job is done. There's no more hope and little enough time. All that remains is the pit. Welcome to the last stand, MacWraith. Welcome to the end.
I wouldn't surrender just yet, Captain. I found Helen Priest. We brought supplies.
A waste of effort on both accounts.
Hardly. We saved a life. Resupplied, you may save more.
For the sake of what? For the sake of days, a week perhaps? You've saved no one. You've prolonged the terror. The dead will come. Our throats will feel their bony fingers soon enough. The end is inevitable.
The people man the ramparts, ready to fight.
You sound like Priest. She has changed. Her return to Fort Jericho has made her impulsive, irrational, quarrelsome. I believe she did not fully grieve her husband's loss. Returning to the scene has, it seems, reopened the wound. It festers. She'll join the lieutenant soon enough. When our defences crumble at the last, the pit shall take us all.
How do things stand, Captain, as you see them?
Little has changed. The dead flood from the mines. We shoot them down and gain respite. Soon, the onslaught begins anew. The clock of our extinction ticks on towards the hour. We may no more defeat the dead than we may vanquish the ocean waves.
You must at least try.
We lack much, yet we are still alive. How is that, do you think? We hold to the last. We resist, till retribution rises from the pit and drags us all to hell.
Well, that's something worth waiting for.
I fail to see the appeal of this slow agony.
How unfortunate. Because thanks to you, and the time you bought us, the agony will be all the slower.
Permission to take my leave, Captain.
And if I refuse it?
Are you trying to recruit me, Captain? Do you really think I'd take the King's shilling?
If I were to offer enough shillings, I'm sure of it. I need no new lieutenants. But if you wish, you may stay. This key unlocks the unused watchtower. You'll bill it while you're here.
On the one hand, a captain beaten by the world. On the other, his rival, haunted and mutinous.
In a fort besieged by vengeful specters.
Behind all the shit, there's something else.
You're new. From where have you sprung?
Name's Red McCraith, a Banisher, come from across the deep blue sea.
You look a landlubber to me. You should feel right at home. John Rumble.
May you prosper in good health, John.
He that does good is of God. How often, Abigail, must we have this fight? How often must we argue?
We shall argue.
I hear you all too well. I hear a hoggish harridan, a narrow nag, a selfish shrew.
One of these days, I shall poison your soup.
And the day before, I'll take you to the highest cliff and...
A store. Ferdinando's? Closed. Anyone home? No one.
Papers in Miller's name. We're in the right place.
Keep looking. He's making protective amulets.
He's making useless trinkets.
And he works hard to keep it away.
What is he afraid of? What don't we know? Let's search the store.
Vardy reads English extensively.
Well, nobody's perfect.
He's organized.
Disorganized traders lose money. Surprisingly high quality wares.
Can't be many left in New Eden with the means to buy. He's doing surprisingly well for himself.
Where did he get the inventory?
Rebecca's will. She was rich. She left him the lot.
That's where he got the inventory.
Aye. The list matches his sales record.
Touch my money and I'll drop you. What are you doing here? Thieving, no doubt.
I'm no thief, Mr. Miller. I'm the Banisher. I brought Helen Priest back to the fort.
A Banisher? Thieves lie. How do you know my name?
'Tis my business to know. Red McCraith.
If you are a Banisher of ghosts, I have business for you. I'll pay.
Aye. I know about Rebecca. It was she who sent me to find you. She worries for you. Says she loves you.
The English have a word for that. Hogshite.
If not for love, why did she bequeath you her fortune?
Whichever. It matters not. You're a Banisher. It is your job to get rid of her. Can you not just do your work?
Easy, Mr. Miller. Now, I'll need to examine Rebecca's belongings.
I sold them. All of them.
You did? To who?
I don't know. People. I wrote it down. In the register. Read it, if you wish.
2 recent sales to the blacksmith and to Ingersoll's store.
You've put quite the effort into protecting your home, haven't you?
You poked about my house without my say-so.
I know my business. So out of generosity, here's the truth. None of it works. Not the wreath, not the amulet. None of it works. Pretty, though.
His brooch is working.
It works. She hasn't come back. I can sleep now. I hear her calling, whispering my name. I wait to find her at my bedside. Our eyes meet. She stares. She won't leave me alone. She's an Akishi, a demon. Banish her. I'll pay you.
I need a job. I accept. Farewell to you, Mr. Miller, sir.
You know where to find me. If you're buying, I'm selling.
He'd sold it all. Everything she'd owned. And fast.
Is he wiping the slate clean and moving on?
If we track her things down, perhaps they'll tell us.
A note?
Let's see.
Ferdinando was a slave. She was his owner.
She kept that quiet, as if it were of no consequence. We know where to go. The barrack room.
Pretty. The work, I mean.
We know where to go. The barrack room. A strong, the quill resonates. An echo, perhaps.
I only recognize my name in the list.
Distant family, but I can't disinherit them.
I would never ask you that. To have met you is already more than I ever expected. If I was to lose you, God forbids, I cherish all that reminds me of you.
If you were to lose me, all that I own would now be yours.
He claimed not to love her. Why lie?
Maybe he didn't lie. Maybe he pretended to love her.
Let's see what he has to say about it.
Banisher?
I found papers. Official papers. They tell quite the story.
That's all in the past, for the good of my future. But you may as well hear it from me. As she lay dying, Rebecca Hardgrave gave me my freedom. Before that, I was her slave.
How very romantic.
If it weren't for the captain, the good people of New Eden would have let me die too.
Rebecca was in love with you. The feeling was not mutual. True?
I was her pet. A dog nuzzling its master, hoping she might loosen its leash. She loved me, she said. I allowed her to think I loved her back. I sat up and begged and let her pet me. I was a very good boy.
You gulled her, then took advantage.
To a slave, a crumb of freedom tastes like a loaf. You'd have done no different. And I'd do the same again. Enough chitter-chatter. Perhaps you should get back to work. What am I paying you for?
You're paying for this. This is the work. But I get the feeling it's the result that interests you, not the method. You want me to finish the job, then the story must be told. The ghost must manifest.
I do not like this idea. This idea can shit itself 6 times by sundown.
Come on, break the brooch, and let's get it over with.
No choice remains. Let it be done. And I'll be done with it!
Marty, you're here at last.
Step no closer!
I don't understand. Are you not glad to see me?
Now, Banisher! End this!
Not now. You need to hear the truth, both of you. That reminds me. Rebecca, you omitted to tell us that Ferdinando was your slave. That you owned him.
I loved him.
I was a slave! I was not free to leave. What kind of love is that?
What are you saying? We loved each other.
Love? No. I told my master what she wanted to hear. I gulled her with a lie. I thought you a fool. But no, you believed me because you wanted to. Yet you didn't believe me, did you? Not entirely. That's why you never freed me.
I loved you, and you loved me. It was but a piece of paper. A piece of paper and a guarantee. I needed a guarantee.
You don't know what love is. You know only fear. You feared being undesired, being unnoticed, being alone.
How very human of you, Mistress Hargrave, but hardly an excuse to own a man.
Time to give this love story an ending. Ferdinando Miller, the world forced you into a lie. You lived it to the full, and in the end it brought a haunting upon you. You are the tie that holds this ghost here.
No! Leave him be!
She's a ghost. Get rid of her. Wait. No. No. You can't take me. You don't own me. I am a free man. I have done nothing wrong.
No. But I have.
To hell with it. Your world is no place for men like me. You don't understand. You can't understand. I chose to cheat. You chose to kill. Which of us, Banisher, deserves death?
Could be worse.
to be underground.
For years, Kate Newsmith believed she did not measure up to her sister. Now she knows that in her kindness, she is at least her sister's equal. Thick skin has paid for her sins. But what of her sister? What will Kate do now? Her people look to her for their future, their protection, their survival.
Banishers, may I have a word?
Helen, something wrong?
Apologies for disturbing your rest. I'm afraid it can't wait. What did you think of the captain?
I saw a different man from the captain we first met. His brains are cracked. I saw a liability.
On that, we agree. But his sullens are an act behind which he may hide his errors.
An act? I don't believe so. He's haunted, perhaps literally.
It matters not. What matters is the price the people here pay for his mistakes. You are banishers. The dead, you'll have noticed, hammer at the gates. I would like you to go into the mines and find out what enrages them so. I would like you to do what the captain will not.
And while we deal with the hordes of angry spectres, what shall you be doing?
When the mines are purged, I'll oust Pennington.
Where do we go?
There is a second tunnel into the mines. The entryway was walled shut during the quarantine. Getting there will not be easy, but the barricade should fall without too much difficulty. After that, who knows?
Underground again. Wonderful.
If it soothes you, I too am taking a significant risk. The captain has a penchant for locking people up and leaving them to rot. Some years ago in New Eden Town, the captain locked up an innocent woman. A fate I wish to avoid.
We should go.
Then it's agreed. When you're ready, you'll investigate the mines. Take the hoist to the waterfall, near the outpost you first found me. From there, it is not far to the tunnel. Keep your wits and all your luck about you.